Hey y'all, it's Drew again with another video on Master Connect. We've been through most of these. We're starting to get towards the end of the tutorials and kind of how they do this. So make sure you definitely check out the ones on the trackers and grading and things like that. But right now we're working on assessments. So we're going to click in here. Obviously I'm on my home page, as I usually try to start off to show you where to get to from there. I go into assessments. Now here I went over the main ones up here, and all the ones that people put on. But what I'm worried about today and for this video is I'm going to go into create it. These are assessments that my team and I have created on our own, that we have created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I am going to show you how to add an assessment and to create your own. So what I'm going to do is for this class, I'm going to go in, and these are assessments that are all over any grade levels, just all the ones that you created. They're not added to a tracker. You're not putting them under a standard. You're not putting them in a class or a tracker, if you will. So we're going to go in. We're going to add an assessment. There's a couple different ways you can do this. Obviously, Master Connect's really great if you get sick of hearing me and you need something a little bit more in depth, or by the masters themselves. They are right over here, but I'll try to make it as simple as I can for you. So I go in, and since we're reading right now, which is what we're mainly concentrated on our test class, I'll go in. Obviously, I'm not doing CC, I do GSE because I am in Georgia. It automatically pops up 2015 because that's where you can go in and select your class, second or third grade. Some of the ones that say 2015 unpacked, 2017, they may not have these classes underneath because they haven't been completely logged in yet. And you can obviously see I have my tracker here. So I'm going to want to do fifth grade since that's what I'm on. So I want to worry about fifth grade because then it'll allow me to choose a standard. And I want to choose, this one is going to be, since I'm creating it for, I wanted to say, which this is fairly easy, I can go back to trackers. Let me go back to trackers real quick. I got to make sure that I know exactly. I know it's a SL standard. Go to reading block. All right, I'm doing, let's say I've already got 2 for this one, so I'm going to do SL3. I knew it was speaking and listening. I couldn't remember which number it was. So assessments. And I'm going to create it. Doesn't really change it, but I'm going to add an assessment. Goes in, subject, ELA. I'm not doing Common Core. I am in the state of Georgia. I go in, I'm doing 5th grade. See, and then with 5th grade pops up, even if I do my trackers, my standards will pop up. So to say, okay, which standards do you want? So you can pick your tracker and it'll automatically go to the standards that you're tracking anyway. And I know that I'm going to be tracking, at this time, I'm going to be tracking SL3. So I'm going to click on SL3. And you can see it's, ELA, Georgia Standards of Excellence, 5th grade, listening and speaking 3. I go in and let's say, I'm just going to call this, this is a reading test, since we're going to use it as a test. I can put in a description of what it encompasses. Hey, this is to summarize, so on and so forth. If you had a story, sorry about the screen there. If you had a story or something like that, you can put some kind of description in here. So I go in, assessment. All right, here's where it gets, where you can do a couple different things. So I can go in, I can name it whatever I want. Now, if I'm going in and I'm wanting to make it inside Mastery Connect itself, I don't necessarily have to worry about this because this is where I can pull it from somewhere else. I can select to download a file, get it from Google Drive, Dropbox. Don't have to worry about a document. I just want the bubble sheets for it. I can do that, and then I can start making my questions right here. Hey, do I want multiple choice, multi-select, true, false, bubble sheet scoring, rubric criteria? So it'll do all that kind of stuff for you. But for this one, we'll just do multiple choice, since that's what our last couple ones were with the bubble sheets. So I'll go in and I'll add a question. Go in, I can say, all right, hey, first answer's A. All right, next one is C. Go in and I can go in and I can make my answer sheet for it. So I can go in and say, hey, what's the mastery for it? Oh well, the mastery is 4. The near mastery is 2. Or I'm sorry, possible points. If there's only 3 possible points because there's 3 up here, sorry, mastery will be 3, near mastery will be 2. So I can set it up that way, and this will give me my my score sheet from my assessment that I'm going to drop in. So you can do it however you want to. You can create this with your bubble sheets. I hope I'm not making this too confusing. You can create your bubble sheets here. Obviously, it says preview bubble sheet. I can click on that. This right here is what it looks like so far. Let me get out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test here. And it's a reading test. So I know that I'm going to upload a file from mine. I've created a reading test. I've created a CFA with my group. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload a file. Choose file. It pops this up. It pops up my little screen desktop. And I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm doing a reading test. It's just simply named reading test. I'm going to put that in as it loads in here. Then it says question. It's question based. Do I want to open answer? Do I want anything like that? Because it knows when I put it in, when I put it in, it doesn't have any questions or anything like that on it. But it's going to be question based. I'm not going to do any open answer for this. Now, if I wanted to do open answer, like I needed kids to write a summary of a story or a 5-paragraph paper, or if they needed to do some kind of compare and contrast short answer or something like that, then that would be your open answer. You can also choose to do question based, which is going to be your multiple choice. You could also do true false. However, so that's your question based ones. For this one, we'll just do question based. Now, as you can see, open answer doesn't give you any of that multiple choice add, or because you're not going to bubble sheet an open answer question. So we'll just go question based. Hey, yeah, we know it's going to be this. I'm going to add mine like last time, so on and so forth. A, it's D, it's B. We'll just do 2 questions on this one. But that's how you can keep adding them if you want. You can even have, hey, multiple choice first, a true false is next, so on and so forth. So, and you can also, rubric criteria, and then you can do it based off of a rubric here. Is it out of 0, 3, and let the kids know what their criteria are. So I can go in and do that. Then obviously I'm not going to be able to move on with creating this assessment because here I have mastery as 3. Well, they're not going to be able to master 3 when they only have 2 questions. So we're going to do 2 as mastery. 2 is mastery. 1 is near mastery, and then I'll create my assessment. Oh, sorry, highlighted fields, excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and answer these because they want it from my bubble sheet. So I'm going to create this assessment. So to go in, it'll create it for me, which is really nice. So then it pops up converting document, and you'll see all it says is this is a reading test on it. It's not too hard, so it may take a minute. It shouldn't take this long to convert the document. I guess it's slow today. Let's refresh and try that. Alright, it wouldn't display the document. But what I can do is, even though you log in the document, let me try to go in and let's see, I've created this. I've created the reading test. No preview. I have the new version of Word. So anyway, all right, let me show you that. Let's say that it pops up in here, and it should if I'd give it time, but for sake of the video, I'm not going to let you sit around and look at all that. So the ones I created for my actual math class, I went through some steps. Sorry about the screen again there. So when they go in, so I created this, my team and I created this one, and I put it in here. Well, once you upload it, like it was on this screen, and it had the 3 dots going across, just for sake of time, I'm not going to sit there and wait on it because of the length of the video as it is now. I go in, and it shows up here. Now, obviously, mine doesn't have, it has a total score on it. I did it more open-ended because we wanted to see what kind of work they did off to the side and things like that, and then we could grade on that credit versus doing multiple choice. So anyway, so there are that is what it should look like once you upload it. So that is how you upload and create your own assessment. Go under assessments, add test, and add it. Now once I've added it in here, obviously if I scroll over it just like I do mine here, it will show it up. It will show up, but I didn't have enough patience to wait on it. Just for sake of time. And then what I can do is, since I've had it in here, I can always add this one, and I can always go over here, say, hey, that's the reading one I need. I need to add it to a tracker. I'm going to add it to my 5th grade reading tracker. I'm going to go ahead and add it in there. So now that assessment that I made is in here. See, it's my reading test. I can go in, I can assess. It does look like we did before. So thank you. That's how you upload and create your own assessment in Master Connect.